From day one, our show here on the BizTv network has been all into business. Businesses of all sizes with a special emphasis for the most part on small businesses and entrepreneurs. But we do have the bigger ones pop in here from time to time. The point is this: we are here to help businesses share their stories. And there's a a guest with us today. His business has been around for a long time, 38 years to be exact, helping businesses in a variety of ways, all here in the South Bay area. The name of the group is the South Bay Workforce Investment Board. Mr. Jan Vogel, my guest today on the show. Jan, how are you? Great to see you.
I'm fine, Brian. Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Well, I see the board's been around for 38 years now. Have you been with them that long or no?
Right. I'm one of the founders of the board, and we formed the consortium 38 years ago. So that's pretty much what we use as a starting point.
Boy, and the South Bay area is huge. I mean, you encompass 11 cities. Did you start off as 11 cities, or have you grown throughout the years?
No, we started out with 7 cities, and then we've grown to 11 cities. But really what we do is we serve much larger area. I mean, many of the dollars that we receive are used for LA Basin completely, and in some cases for California, and some grants even further than that. But the 11 cities are our basic core programs and core cities that we serve.
Well, and you serve them in so many different ways. I mean, I only have 10 minutes today, but I'd really appreciate it if you could let all of us know some of the peaks, if you will, some of the primo services that you offer everyone there in your communities.
Well, you know, we there are 45 boards in California, and there are 7 boards in Los Angeles Basin, and we're one of those. But we do have some programs that we run are a little different. That is, we don't just rely on our core dollars that we receive from the federal government. We have special programs. A number of years ago, about 3-4 years ago, we started an apprenticeship program in aerospace, called it an AeroFlex program, and we were the first aerospace program to be certified as an apprenticeable program by the Federal Department of Labor. Because that program has become so successful, we started another non-traditional apprenticeship program, which was in the bioscience field, a BioFlex program. So we have AeroFlex, we have BioFlex, and it's our goal that every couple of years to start a new non-traditional apprenticeship program. Of course, we do have the traditional apprenticeship programs as well, such as in construction, where we've got so many people jobs in construction in the last several years, particularly in our South Bay area with the new SoFi football stadium. And we do a number of projects with LAX. Now the Clipper Stadium will be coming in soon. So we do have the traditional, but non-traditional as well. So that's something that's quite different. We also are the intermediary for the entire LA County for their Greater Avenues for Independence program. And that's individuals that are on some kind of public assistance. And what's important to businesses on that program is it's a county-wide program in which we take individuals and place them at businesses, as well as private for-profit, or as well as nonprofit organization, and as well as public organizations. And we can provide subsidized labor to those businesses to help them, which is particularly important in this time of the pandemic, where businesses need as much help as they can get. And these individuals, for example, if it's a nonprofit business, 100% of the wages we pay for. That is, we're the employer of record, they're on our payroll. But if it's a private for-profit business, for the first 5 months, they would be on our payroll, and we would cover the cost of that. For the next 5 months, they would be on the payroll of the business or the small business, whatever size business it may be, and we pay a reimbursement rate of 60% of those wages for the next 5 months. So as you can tell, it's a very big subsidy. And for the private for-profit businesses, the goal is for the business to retain those people and be completely on their payroll after the program runs out, if they're doing their job, if they do a good job, which many of them do. That's one of the programs, and probably the biggest, not probably, it's the largest program we have, and it benefits thousands of individuals that are on public assistance and hundreds of businesses throughout the LA Basin. So it's very important to to help those businesses now in a time of need, and that's what we're here for.
You know, it's interesting, Jan, back when we first started chatting today, you mentioned how innovative you guys are, and it just seems to me it's one of these programs, as fabulous as they are, it just seems interesting that you're the first one to come up with this. I'm sure others have thought of it before, but it took you and your crew to actually bring it to fruition. So we commend you for that. We're all into mentorship, apprenticeship, everything to help anybody in any way we can. And again, that's why you started this thing 38 years ago, you and the other founders as well. You also mentioned the pandemic real quick. When the pandemic came, did you guys immediately come up with some solutions and some ideas and some resources to help the businesses you work with to get through times that none of us had ever seen before?
Yeah, it forced us to do some things a little bit differently, and we think that we're better off for them now, and some of those aspects of it will continue in the future. For example, many of in the past, the businesses and the people that we serve, anything to do with workforce, we would have individual meetings with them. They would come into our work source centers or our one-stop centers, and we would meet with those people. Well, we can't do that anymore. We can't do that the way we did. So everything is virtual now, or a lot is virtual now. Job fairs used to be in person. We had very large job fairs and recruiting for businesses and saving the businesses lots of money with those job fairs. Well, now we have virtual job fairs, and it's different, but it's worked very well. And we've sort of gone through several iterations of it. And some of them that work best is the participants trying to get a job. We develop a little elevator speech, so they have time to speak to the employers that are on the Zoom call, and the employers have time to interact with them. So the virtual aspect of it. In addition to that, we invented basically, or started a curriculum on how to get a job and how to keep a job. That curriculum is now being able to be provided online. And so that makes it much better for the participants and helps them when they get their foot in the door, makes them become better employees once they're there.
You know, Jan, I have to say, obviously, I too am a fan, a recent convert to virtual, because frankly, if it wasn't for Zoom, I may have never met you. So thank you, Zoom, for getting Jan and I together to share all the great things that they do. I don't have a lot of time left, but I want you to touch on this TSE program. That seems pretty interesting to me. If you don't mind giving us just a brief, about a minute, on your TSE program.
Yeah, thanks to Los Angeles County. They fund the program, and thanks to the state of California for providing the funds. These individuals, they need a helping hand. They're on public assistance. Many of them, most of them, are single head of household parents. And we'll place them on businesses, we'll place them so that they get work experience, so that they're better equipped to get a full-time job at the right time. And some of them are also going to school when they're doing this. And we've had some of the best employees that we've ever had. Some of the best employees that I've had working for me came from that program. And they just have a little harder time, so they need a step up. And that's what we're here for, is to give them a step up. The businesses can utilize them as they would their regular employees. And they do a terrific job. They really do.
You know, it's just a very generous program, but it's the type of program that really helps the entire community in a variety of ways. I mean, it puts people to work that normally couldn't work. It brings in great employees, as you mentioned, even there that work with you on a day-to-day basis, gives them an opportunity to get a job, but it also gives the businesses an opportunity to fill spaces they need. With the overriding factor is what we all need to do at any aspects of our life, help people out in any way you can, because we're all in it together, good times and bad. So I applaud you guys. All of your award-winning programs and everything is just so exciting and so interesting. I wish I had more time, but we're done today. I appreciate it. But mostly, I appreciate all the things that you and everyone's been doing now for the last 38 years to help businesses and individuals as well. Thank you much for your story. Continued success. Take care.
Thank you, Brian.